5 open-source teams are tackling diagrams, tiny device AI, agent skills, local models, and private dictation. FluidVoice is an open-source voice-to-text dictation app for macOS with on-device AI enhancement. Those are the product category, platform, and AI processing characteristics explicitly stated in the cited README evidence. The global hotkey feature provides instant voice capture from anywhere and does not require switching into the app first. Those two interaction details are the specific behavior documented for this feature. FluidVoice can be installed with the documented homebrew command brew install cask FluidVoice. The repository also provides a manual latest release download, giving users 2 stated ways to obtain the macOS app. Unsloth is a local interface to run and train large language models and diffusion models. The repository description lists Qwen, Kimi, Minimax, Gemma, DeepSeek, and Flux among the supported model families. For NVIDIA hardware, the repository says training works on RTX 30, 40, and 50 series systems, plus Blackwell, DGX Spark, and Station. Those are the training platforms explicitly named in the cited feature. The repository tells users to download the native unsloth desktop app for their operating system. Linux and Ubuntu have a deb option, and downloads are available from unsloth or GitHub releases. Anthropics Skills Repository is a public repository for agent skills. The README note says it contains Anthropics' implementation of skills for Claude, which defines the repository's stated identity and scope. Skills are folders containing instructions, scripts, and resources that Claude loads dynamically for specialized tasks. The cited README says this dynamic loading is used to improve performance on those specialized tasks. Skills teach Claude to complete specific tasks in a repeatable way. The cited examples include company brand guidelines, organization-specific data analysis workflows, and personal task automation. These are the README's stated examples. Needle is a 14 MB foundation model for tiny devices. Its repository description names phones, wearables, smart home devices, and robots as the device categories for this compact model. This is the repository's stated deployment scope. Needle 2 is an open 45M parameter model for tool calling, device use, and structured extraction. Those 3 functions are the model capabilities explicitly stated in the repository evidence. That wording defines the model's stated role. Install Needle with pip install cactus needle. The repository says Needle reads tool descriptions to decide what to call and how to fill arguments, so those descriptions directly guide tool selection and argument filling. Diagram Design provides 29 editorial diagram types for Claude Code. The repository description says the output is self-contained HTML plus SVG, with no shadows and no mermaid-style output as its stated core format. Version 2.3 adds semantic system patterns and optional accessible motion. The same evidence says static output remains the default, separating optional motion from the project's default static behavior as documented in the repository. The creator says diagram work previously meant fighting with Figma for 30 minutes or skipping the diagram. The cited architecture example also describes Claude returning a generic rounded box result for common diagram requests. For comparison, GitHub currently shows skills at 169k stars. GitHub currently shows unsloth at 71k stars. Choose the repository that fits your workflow, inspect its evidence, and return tomorrow for another open source countdown.